it was 2015, and I realized that, hey, why am I going back home every summer to Toronto when I can just spend my time in home in the summer and just get ahead a little bit in my studies, do some extra classes. Used to speak with him after every class, and then he told me that, hey, we are gonna start this 2 month course of a series called Tarh Wilayat. And I said, what's that? What's Tarh Wilayat? And he says, Tarh Wilayat is a series of 6 books that Ayatullah Misbah Yazdi has sort of either written, or it is basically his views and his entire worldview summarized into 6 small books. He had introduced me to one of his teachers, Ustad Ahmad Farbahi, and we were gonna start basically a class on Quranic hermeneutics. The first is epistemology, okay, intro, just epistemology, okay. The second is philosophical theology, so about God and everything to do with God, basically. The third, which is one of the thicker books, okay, it's one of the thicker ones, is about humans, okay, insan rah wa rahnuma shinasi, so humans and discovering the right path and the right guide. So this is about prophetology, prophets and imams. It's about all of those discussions. Then it goes into philosophy of ethics. Okay, philosophy of ethics. Okay, so that's 16th century. So you notice you're kind of like all over the place. The grammatical school of thought, the author was from a different background. The usul, if you're reading Shaheed Sadr, we read Shaheed Sadr. So Shaheed Sadr, you're reading Shaheed Sadr's Usul al-Fiqh, but you're reading Muzaffar's Mantiq. These two scholars are different schools of thought. And then philosophy, Allama Tabatabai or Agha Misbah, they're different schools of thought of philosophy as well. So it's like, and you don't realize this when you're studying. When you're going through the course, because you're saying, hey, this is the curriculum, I gotta study it. But you don't realize until maybe some people realize later on, I don't know. But you don't usually realize early on that, hey, I'm getting fed these different ideas from different schools of thought. And you know what? Later on, same assumptions as the author. You can never have the exact same assumptions as the author. So what does that mean? Meaning every time you read any text, you're going to interpret it in your own way. Okay? Now, you might be saying, like, what's the issue? Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was over like this. You might be saying, hey, what's the issue? What's the problem? The problem is that in that case, first example, Amr already exists. Amr has to exist before you can give him money. If Amr doesn't exist, how are you going to give him money? So we're going to ask the question, does the ma'lul already exist over here, or does it not exist? If you say the ma'lul already exists, then okay, well, it already exists, and have completely changed. And when I say completely, I mean completely. Your cells have died. All of your cells have died and have come up brand new cells. You've had brand new skin. You have like different hair. Like that physical 3-year-old or physical baby that you were, with that skin and with the cells that make that skin, and your entire physical body no longer is there. A religious or Islamic government could mean 3 things. They say it is either a government that all of its components, every single one of its components are built based on the religion. And they say what we mean by this is that they have to really build a sense of reasonability about religion, right? They have to make people, to the extent possible, make them think the way the Quran wants them to think. Make them think the way the Prophet actually wanted them to think. And not build their religiosity off of like these superstitions and superficial and very surface level slogans and emotions and superficial stuff.